Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Mars visualizer in Aetheric, behind the veil, and just kind of go over what's new and what I did. So basically I generated an image here. Image video source is then throwing it to a artwork reactor, which actually can warp based on the audio, and then that's being fed into a VFX processor, which is doing a kaleidoscope effect. I'm also taking that, and I have a 3D scene composer, which I can basically have any sort of geometric shape, and I can have it react and deform to the audio as well. So like this, and I can change the type of material. I also just recently added the mouse movement. So I think this is a pretty good addition, and it made the visualization very unique. I was also looking to do some actual fractal visualizers, but the Mandelbrot one didn't really function as I wanted with the equation, so I chose to use this orbital mechanic one. And then if I look at bring the opacity up here, you can kind of see them interacting. There's a kaleidoscope and trails effect here as well on the orbital mechanics one. So then that one interacts with the original. Not a feedback loop per se, but it's just two layers of the 4-channel video mixer. And then I have a tone generator. I have it muted right now, and I have planetary tuning from Mars, which is being fed. It was being fed from the musical brain, but there's kind of a bug right now where there's a hang when I connect all three, and I haven't fully determined where exactly it's happening from. So I've just done a random scale based on the F major and the sine wave binaural beats on close to the F, because the planetary tuning is roughly an F. So when we have everything unmuted, we'll have the tones, and then turn the volume up. And then I was switching the scale from a minor pentatonic to major pentatonic, or just pentatonic, to F minor to F major, and you can hear, you can bring up the cycles. We'll go into pentatonic first, or minor pentatonic. We can update that, and it changes the piano roll, which I realize you probably need to bring up